The squirrels are just joyful this time of the year. Oh my goodness. So here we are, guys, in Museum Gardens this morning, joined by our children. Hi Pops. Welcome back to Raising Kids in Yorkshire. We are an expat family living in York, and today we are on a day out, and we've got an animation workshop to attend as a part of Aesthetica. So York has been chosen as a UNESCO City of Arts for 2025, and the Aesthetica Festival is on now, and yeah, so as a part of it we've got passes to go to do an animation workshop with children. That's not a digital animation, that's just an old school animation at University of York in their city centre campus. And right now we're just visiting the museum gardens to visit the squirrels. It's absolutely beautiful in York today. The weather is really nice and the squirrels are having a ball, and so are the children, trying to feed them with seeds. Hi! And there's one right there. Wow, there's like a whole field of them. And there's one. And there's another one. There are so many of them here. And look at the colors of autumn. I mean, Museum Gardens, of course, home to so many historic buildings, like the Hospitium, which is a wedding venue, and York Observatory, also Yorkshire Museum, which is right there.
We'll climb up your leg.
And it's also home to ruins of St. Mary's Abbey, the observatory right there. All of these buildings, they've recently put a tourist Tipi here. The museum is just there. Name sort of gives it away, doesn't it? Museum Gardens. There is so much to explore here. It's quite a compact garden, and it's a 19th century garden, and it's been created by a famous botanist. I'm gonna put a name on the thing because I can never remember. We come here quite regularly in the summer. Just amazing space to unwind, surrounded by walls and a lot of cute buildings. The wildlife is really thriving in this garden.
Kids are filming.
The kids got their own little cameras to film today and to make their own little film, but the squirrels are plentiful today. And of course that there is a restaurant. It's a Star Inn, very famous Star Inn. We have been there probably twice in all of our 6-7 years living in York. It's a very small menu, very posh indeed, and the prices of course are on par with Michelin star restaurants. If you're looking for a very exclusive dining experience, maybe that's the place. Got a good views of the river, but personally I prefer to be outside. Oh John, look at me. Hey.
Right, I'm going to name that one Couscous.
Couscous. Okay, Clive is naming squirrels already in the park. Yeah. There's the hospitium that I was talking about right there in the background. Fabulous wedding venue. There is probably a long waiting list, and there's the ruins of St. Mary's Abbey. Such beautiful colours.
You can try. Both get out there.
Beautiful views onto the River Ouse, of course. The colours are just popping, and the geese are permanent residents here. And people are, you know, taking shine to them when they visit. I probably wouldn't do that if you see a geese in York, because it can bite. There you go, she survived. They do look after museum gardens very well. This is one of the main parks, the other one is Roundtree Park. Also a really nice green space in the city centre, and we have another one called Homestead Park, which is slightly out in the sort of Clifton, between at the end of Bootham, Clifton area of York, quite central. But with all the birds sitting at the top of on the roof there. It's incredible how green everything is still, considering we are, what is the 8th of November today. Look, colors are popping, and there's just more houses there at the back of the gardens. And then takes you onto the River Ouse. It's nice and peaceful this morning.
It's a lovely day.
It's a beautiful day, and we would probably be roaming around some estates otherwise, but I just really wanted to come into town today and take the children to the park. I thought it was quite a nice idea, and it's free. And if you are looking for free things to do in York, check out our books. There's Yorkshire free to do, York free to do, Leeds and Bradford free to do. I have written a numerous of books, and I've listed all the things you could do in York for free, and there's so much more coming up, and I'm constantly updating. For example, there's a new free walking tour in York. They meet at the gallery, I think every 2 hours or so, and I'll put a link below. I've never seen it before, and I just spotted it this week, and yeah, it's 2 hours free historic tour. It's done by the Historical Society here, and they're volunteers. Obviously, by any means, give them some tips, but there's no obligation to book or pay for it. And I think it's quite a nice thing to do, and I might actually do it myself one time, and I will ask their permission to film it for anybody who can't get to York, so they could see it as well. But the books are a handy guide, and then on Amazon I'm going to put the links down below. So if you're heading to anywhere in Yorkshire, you have a guide, not for just main attractions and Harry Potter things. You've actually got a lot of choices of free things to do, and I think that's quite important with children, because it can cost quite a bit if you're traveling with children on food and accommodation alone and transport costs. And it's nice to take them somewhere and not feel like you are pressurized into entry tickets and things like that. And those things are, I've listed things that you could do in the winter, in the summer, in spring, all year round. So please do check it out and subscribe and comment below. What would you like to see in York? Is there any particular interest that you have? Look at those colors, they're just wonderful. Autumn is a wonderful place to come to York. Christmas market is about to start, so it's really good it's a really good time. Christmas markets could be busy, but if you come early, like end of November, that'll probably not as busy as start of December or mid-December, so check those out as well. And there's plenty of accommodation choices, from hotels to Airbnbs to private houses and even hostels in York. What a fabulous boat there. I just saw the gentleman who lives on it. It's got a log burner, solar panels, everything. I quite like the idea of boat life. So this is the Star Inn the city, you could see. Owned and run by Andrew Pern, quite a famous local chef. They've got another place near Helmsley. I've not been there myself, but I've heard very good reports. They had a fire a long time ago. Not such a long time ago, but it was definitely post-sea, and they've restored it now and reopened. So if you visit Helmsley, check out the Star Inn. The color.
Check out Falls.
Check out what? Clivey?
They have a barbecue at the Falls.
Tours have a barbecue, wow. Wow. Kids are chasing squirrels again. There's a grill, there's a German sausage. I might just do that. It's just a gorgeous weather to be in the park. And by the river, obviously. It's quite nice here. It's a bit loud, but they have tables and it's covered and the fire is on, which is pretty good. It was quite smoky in the Tipi, towards Tipi. I think they expected much colder weather in November, but it's really mild. I think it's probably about 11-12 degrees plus Celsius. The wind is picking up a bit, but it was very smoky in the tent. We couldn't stay there with the children for a long time, so we finished up our food and came. The children quite like going on the stones here. This is ruins of St. Mary's Abbey, and Yorkshire has a lot of abbeys. It's probably the county with most abbeys. You have Bolton Abbey and Mount Grace Abbey and all sorts of different abbeys. Fountains Abbey, of course, near Ripon. Beautiful place as well that we have visited many times. Yeah. And Kirkham Abbey near Castle Howard is another one that comes to mind. If you haven't been, if you are heading to Castle Howard, it's well worth a visit. Kirkham Abbey, it's run by English Heritage, or looked after by English Heritage, so should I say. It's not a restaurant per se to be run by somebody or some company. Yeah, as long as you don't climb on the walls, I think you're quite safe to explore with children. There's the Yorkshire Museum in its glory.
Vi gikk jo masse tur. Det var jo Jeg drev og så på, eller fikk sånn varsel om at
And believe me when I say I've never been to this part of the museum gardens. You know, this is the side of the museum, another fabulous building. More ruins to explore for children. There's a nice little kiosk there, which I have never spotted before in all my years living here. I don't know why. It's a nice little graveyard and a church there, but and again I've never spotted this graveyard either, you know, so it's quite hidden from the view. This tells you, this proves you could be living in York or somewhere else for years and walk past something or be in the same space and not know or notice everything. So this kiosk look quite sure.
St. Olave's Church.
Oh, St. Olave's Church behind us. This kiosk is probably something that could be open in the summer as a ice cream kiosk or coffee kiosk. And yeah, it's quite a nice quieter part of the garden. And there's a gate that leads, again, not sure where, because we've never been here before.
Different perspective.
Yeah, completely different view. So there's an edible garden here, and in York we have quite a lot of these. So that's quite incredible. I don't know why I've never been here. And the flowers are still alive, at least some of them. And if you're like me and you live in York or you lived in York and you've never been to this garden, this secret garden, which is a part of museum gardens, drop a link below and let me know, because I'm quite surprised to be exploring here today. It's all within the walls. So you can see the minster there, somewhere right there, and the roses, and you can see that little tower there. I believe this is called St. Mary's Tower. It is sometimes open as a part of Heritage Days, and it's also a singing academy, if you didn't know. Yep, that little building there. They have quite a waiting list for children, I think aged 12 plus, for singing. I can't believe I've never been here before, you know. And it's all edible garden. Look at, guys, look how many edible things there are here. Huh? Are you gonna scare me? Look at this, what are these, guys? They're like little lemons, guys. Little lemons or something. I'm not sure what they are. Let me know. These are Japanese bitter orange, would you believe? I've never seen them before. Nope. I've had Japanese wine berries before this past summer actually, but these are quite cute. Incredible, isn't it? Incredible space here. There's a tour going on here. So this is the back of York Gallery, I believe. What a nice space here, guys. You know, some nice raised beds, picnic benches, and you could cut through. You know. And then there is plenty of things to explore in York, I know. Even if you've lived here for years. So there's a shortcut here that takes you in front of the gallery, I believe.
Yep.
Do you know, I've never walked here before, right next to the wall and between the wall and the gallery. It's quite unique because it's quite a nice space. Those secret gardens, I found few in York that are kind of like quiet spaces, you know, to just step away from it all and just be, think, or sit there and contemplate. Look at this. Yeah. What are these? Valerie Fox. They're like sculptures. Incredible.
Yeah, so it's got a very similar feel to this actually.
Somebody lost their hat.
Yeah.
So this is all part of Museum Gardens. And this is where you're gonna come out here. Right in front of the York Gallery.
But you basically have to be there at 8 in the morning. If you're bored in the morning.
In the middle of it all, the hustle and bustle of York. Well guys, we're gonna head to our workshop, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe and comment below. We would love for you to be part of our community and show you more of York and Yorkshire.
And also, please make us buy coffee.
Yep. If you would like to buy us coffee, there's a link on the channel. Thank you.
Boats and had a magnet under the boat.
You kept the pennies, yeah?
Yeah, and then we can let the pennies go under the water. Only if you have a magnet.